Hey, yo, peace, peace. This is your man, Judgment, coming right back at you, man, with some of that real talk, real fast, 6 minutes or less. Um, let's talk about evil and let's talk about racism and let's get an understanding because right now here on this planet, man, we have a lot of people talking about this anti-white thing that black people are being are doing this thing called reverse racism to white people, and they can't take it. They it may it, First, let me say this. Time out for a second. The way how you guys are complaining about this anti-white thing, it makes y'all look weak. It really makes you look weak because you're complaining about anti-white, and you know for a fact that most of the black people in the world have been dealing with anti-black treatment, and we've been dealing with it for years. So now when you hear black people speaking up against so-called uh, the evil that's hidden in the name of racism, when you find black people who speaking against that, all you're doing is you're catching the reaction of the years of evil that has been thrown toward us. Now, I digress. Let's go back to doggone evil versus racism. Let's get an understanding of of what it means to be a racist. Okay, the best way I can say this is if a person loves science and then he goes to college and he gets a job as a in science, he becomes known as a scientist. He loves his job. If you have a person who plays the piano and he becomes fluent at playing piano, this is his position in life. He becomes known as a pianist. If you have a person who loves playing the violin, you know what I'm saying, and he becomes fluent at it, this is his thing. He becomes known as a violinist. It's that simple. If a person loves their race and he's regularly, all the time, loving and respecting his own race, he becomes known as a racist. And that's not a bad thing. We're not complaining about racism. The black people who have any kind of understanding of existence, they're not complaining about racism. And even when they're complaining about racism, using the word racism, they just don't know. What they're actually complaining about is evil in the name of racism. Now, to love your race and honor your race and want to see your race do good, that's your God given right. Don't ever let anybody take that away from you. Hell, I'll pick up a gun and protect that for you. But when someone sets up a system that gives certain people an unfair disadvantage, you know what I'm saying? That's evil. Whenever you see a police officer and he's more aggressive towards a doggone black person than he is a white person, that's evil. That's not racist, that's evil. Whenever you see someone who sets up a system that makes it harder for black people to get into certain schools, you know what I'm saying, even when they deserve it, that's evil. When you sit back and you complain about, well, there shouldn't be any doggone affirmative action because it cuts out uh, the chances of ten white people coming to our college, a college where it's probably 50,000 people, and you crying about 10 people. That's doggone evil. That isn't racism. Loving your race, man, that's something totally different. I commend you for loving your race. As a matter of fact, when it comes to black people, we would be better off if we became racist, but we don't know how because we don't know what racism is. Hopefully they'll see this video and get an understanding of what racism is. To love, honor, and respect your own race all the time. And to stand up and to be, what you would say, to be proud and to be decent in your race, that's beautiful racism. Because the moment a black person, black people, the moment when you do something uh, totally disagreeable, it affects the race. People, it gives the evil people the opportunity to look at us as a whole and to say, oh, look at those people. They can't get themselves together for nothing. They're just a bunch of stupid N-words. Don't give these doggone evil people that. And stop calling evil people racist. There's a difference. There is a difference. White people, like I said, white people have the right to love themselves, but to be evil, no, you don't have that right. And then you cry about doggone your history being taken. Are you kidding me? You're not stupid people. You know for a fact, if you've been on this planet long enough, you know for a fact that black people's history has been taken, and in many cases, our history was replaced by so-called white Europeans. That's evil. Anyway, man, I'm going to shut this down, man, because, I don't like to go over 6 minutes, but know the difference. Evil, racism are two different things. Let's stop calling evil white people racist. Just call them, if they're doing something evil, just call them evil. I'm out.